So this time, when I went to the supermarket, I made it a point to find a long life milk bottle. So for the first time in years, as my eyes wandered around the milk aisle, I was surprised to discover how much milk variety there was. Milk that I did not even know existed.
Have you never heard of UHT milk? Well, UHT means ultra high temperature milk. It's just another version of long life milk. But I agree, there is a lot of variety of milk. Need to cater for everyone.
The milk aisle is changing now, offering a growing number of options. But what do the newer types of milk mean for your heart health? And what's wrong with good old-fashioned cow's milk? I mean, it's loaded with calcium and vitamin A and vitamin D, which are good for your heart and overall health. But I guess we needed more milk alternatives.
Prefer coconut water myself.
Well, coconut milk used to come exclusively in a can, but now more processed, drinkable forms of coconut milk are sold in cartons, with texture similar to almond milk. Both varieties are higher in fat and potassium and lower in protein than other milks. Well, almond milk is great if you're looking for traditional milk flavour and texture with fewer calories, but unsweetened versions of almond milk are simply not nutritionally dense, and a serving of unsweetened almond milk is around 40 calories. Almonds themselves have a high content of monounsaturated fatty acids that are considered helpful for weight loss, and the marketing for almond milk can give you the impression that each bottle is packed with almonds, but in actual fact, they don't usually contain that many almonds. Still, almond milk is one of the more popular dairy-free milk alternatives. While it is high in vitamin E and low in fat, it's lower in protein than milk and can be higher in sugar. So always choose your unsweetened versions, as usually they are fortified with calcium, especially if you're using it as a replacement milk. They usually contain 1 or 2% fat.
No, I've not tried oats milk, but if it is anything like oats porridge, I think I may like it.
Well, oats milk has grown in popularity in recent years, even sneaking onto the coffee shop menus in recent times. It's very good in lattes thanks to its creamy texture. It's also good to have as a pre-workout, as oats milk is a little higher in carbohydrates. And another thing that makes it a good choice, oats milk is fortified with vitamins A, D and B12, as well as calcium. Oats milk is usually a bit pricier than soy or almond milk, but for some people it's worth it, as oat milk contains oat beta-glucans, which can help maintain normal cholesterol levels when you consume 3 grams a day as part of a balanced diet.
What is a beta-glucan?
Well, it's one form of soluble dietary fibre that's strongly linked to improving cholesterol levels and boosting heart health. Oat milk seemed to make a dramatic hit, winning over fans amongst vegans, the lactose intolerant, and other people who don't consume dairy. Other popular non-dairy alternatives include soy and almond milk, as well as others such as pea, banana, cashew, coconut, hemp, flax, to add to the list. Hemp milk is another recently trending milk alternative. It has more of the fat and protein than almond or rice milk. Unlike many plant-based options, it contains complete proteins with a full range of amino acids, which make it an ideal post-workout recovery smoothie. Like other alternatives, make sure you read the ingredients list when purchasing hemp milk, as it's often fortified with sugars, thickeners, and vitamins A, B12, and D to mimic cow's milk. Hemp milk is one of the very few plant-based complete protein-rich options, containing all the essential amino acids and is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Goat's milk does contain lactose, so you should avoid it if you are lactose intolerant. What do you guys know about lactose intolerance?
I've heard of it, but not sure exactly what it is. I'm sure Sol knows more about this.
Just like the word intolerant, someone who is unable or unwilling to endure, all thanks to Google.
Well, lactose intolerance is where you cannot properly digest lactose, a type of sugar found in milk and dairy products. And check this one out. According to the National Health Institute, approximately 65% of the human population and 90% of adults of East Asian ancestry have a reduced ability to digest lactose, which is a complex sugar found in milk. And after infancy, lactose-free milk has a nutritional profile similar to regular milk and offers a nice compromise for those who can't digest the standard stuff.
Yeah, I found that to be true. I had a friend who is Chinese origin. In college, he confirmed this to me. He stated that once they reach adulthood, they tend to stop drinking milk or reduce their intake.
So, in summary, good old cow's milk is relatively cheap and very easy to find. It has fat, protein, carbohydrates, calcium and B vitamins. It could cover a lot of our nutritional requirements. Rice and oat milk are naturally sweet and more palatable than non-dairy milk options. The only issue with them is they contain very little in the way of rice and oats. And a dairy-free soy milk is also a good option.
Standard cow's milk tends to be cheaper than alternatives and is a good source of calcium. The downside is the saturated fat it contains, and of course, if you have this frequently, this could add up.
The good news is it's easy to switch to lower fat milk. If you're used to whole milk, switch to semi-skimmed first, which contains half as much fat as whole milk. The taste and texture are similar. If you're using semi-skimmed, but skimmed is a bridge too far, try 1% milk. Most people can't tell the difference. Okay, some people avoid cow's milk for environmental or ethical reasons. These are personal choices, although it's worth being aware that the non-dairy milks may also have an environmental impact. What are your thoughts on this matter?
Yeah, I do believe vegans don't have anything that comes from or impacts an animal. What do you think, Sol?
People who are intolerant to milk don't really have an option, but like Nis said, I would assume it would be vegan who would be the majority in this wavelength of thought.
I guess so. Also, what do you guys think of all these milk varieties and alternatives? Is it a good thing, or is it even necessary?
Yeah, I think it is a good thing. It helps people with allergies, intolerances, and personal beliefs.
For once, we're all on the same page. Makes a change.
Regarding the varieties available, it all depends on your health, taste, and beliefs. If they sell it, then it must be profitable.
Well, in my research I found that semi-skimmed milk may not necessarily be the healthiest option. Yes, it's lower in fat and calories than whole milk and marginally higher in calcium. In fact, by drinking skimmed milk, you may be missing out on fat solubles and nutrients like vitamins A and E.
Semi-skimmed is low enough in fat to be classed as a low-fat food.
But it also has lower fat solubles vitamins than full-fat milk. So make sure you get your fat-soluble vitamins from other sources, such as brightly coloured salads or veg served with an oil dressing. Guys, the bottom line here is choose the right one for you. If you have any health conditions or are on any medications, then please consult your doctor. This episode was made just for information purposes and general advice.